Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Read a story from, I believe it's the Desert Sun, this morning about what they said was a roadside IED being found somewhere on this stretch of Little Morongo. I'm here between, there's Dillon down there, the cars are coming up from Dillon, and then this road goes up to towards Pearson. It goes up to, what is that, Two Bunch Palms, I guess? Intersects Little Morongo here. So last night they closed off the road here. They closed off this section of Little Morongo from Dillon up to San Jacinto, which is right where Arco Towing is. That's that intersection up there. And you can see as you come down Little Morongo towards Dillon, you can see on the right-hand side that a lot of cars were having to turn around and make a U-turn before somewhere in this section here they had an investigation last night, between the eye storage and the intersection of Dillon and Little Morongo. So they had the road closed up there, and they were turning cars around that were coming down Little Morongo. And it's absurd to me to think that there was a real ID here, because if you're a parent of a child, a toddler, and you're aware of how the toddlers can manipulate you, what you see when a toddler manipulates you, you say, oh, he's just looking for attention, or you say, oh, he's not sick, he just wants something, or she's just playing me to get what she wants, for example. So what I see going on here is a chance for the Riverside County Sheriff's Office to boost their funding. If you have any research knowledge on what governments do when they need to survive, what they do is they create false situations. And I'm not saying that the officer that pulled somebody over last night created a false situation. He may have phoned in that he saw something, and his superiors who realize the budget problems and the funding issues that they're going through may have said, you know what, I think this should be closed down and investigated, because what they end up doing is, for example, if you look at something like this. Okay, we've got a little bottle on the side of the road, and you can even Google images of fake IEDs. It's a Pepsi can with a little smashed up piece of electronics next to it. That's all it is. So no IED, because they want to see wires coming from it. So let's just imagine the officer pulls over somebody last night, leaving Dillon's Burgers or something, and looks next to his car, looks next to the other car, and sees some trash with wires sticking out, and says, I don't know what this is, boss, or superior, or lieutenant, commander, whatever they call it in sheriff's office. So, he says, there's a little suspicious thing there. So the commander says, all right, well, we got an opportunity here to do something, to himself or to his superiors, and he tells the officer, back away, let's get a crew in there. And it looks good. They get a crew, they find the thing, it's a piece of trash, it's a piece of garbage, with some old smashed up wires in it, and they get a big news story out of it. If you look up the FBI plots hatched by FBI themselves, like 90% of terror attempts or attacks that were thwarted were actually created by the FBI. That's what they do. You see, the game that the government has to play is that if it stays stagnant or it shrinks, it goes away. So it has to keep growing. That's why you see Desert Hot Springs City Council continue to keep growing and annexing more property and creating more departments. That's the only way it can survive, is if it keeps growing. It cannot stay the same or shrink. It just cannot. It has to keep growing. So for the sheriff's office, for their ballooning budget crisis and all this, they have to keep growing. So if they can justify growth by saying, see, we had a potential IED situation in Desert Hot Springs now, then they can justify a bigger budget and more debt and more spending and more loss of your liberties, because there'll be bigger trucks running around and shutting down roads and closing things off for a bunch of nonsense. So it's likely that this is just a nothing situation, but the fact that they publicized it through a news report shows me something is wrong with this. Again, here's another one. Okay, so you take this can and you do this. IED. Immediate IED. There it is. It is an IED. Not ID. IED, Improvised Explosive Device. And I'm going to remove the threat of Campbell's soup being considered for budget increases for the Riverside County Sheriff's Office, because this is their area. They are in charge of the area around Dillon and south. So there you go. There's your critical thinking for this Christmas Eve 2017.